Their area code wasn't anywhere near as popular as the ones from New York or Atlanta, but this trio knew they had the talent to succeed in the competitive business of music. However, major internal issues among the members would eventually result in the undoing of 90s R&B group 702. Camila Williams and sisters Irish and Lamisha Grinstead formed the group in the mid-90s while all attending the same performing arts high school in Las Vegas. Irish, along with her twin sister Orish, plus older sister Lamisha, occasionally sang in the lobby of famed hotel Caesar's Palace, where they would one day be discovered by actor-comedian Sinbad. He suggested that they go to Atlanta to enter a music competition. They did, and that decision would change their lives. They captured second place, but that was a very small victory compared to what was coming next. As the event was nearing a close, they met Michael Bivins of R&B groups New Edition and Belle Biv DeVoe. After an impromptu audition, he signed them on the spot to his label, Biv 10 Records, and changed their name from Sweeter Than Sugar to 702, the area code of their hometown. Even though fans are familiar with the group being a trio, they started out as a quartet, consisting of Irish, Orish, Lamisha, and friend Amelia Childs. They made their official debut as featured artists on R&B group Subway's top 20 hit single, This Little Game We Play. Amelia and Orish were removed from the group due to Michael not favoring their voices, and were replaced by Tiffany Villarreal and Camila Williams, who both attended the same performing arts high school as the sisters. 6 months before their debut single was released, Tiffany would depart the group to pursue a solo career. In August 1996, their debut single and the song that would put them on the map, Stilo, dropped. It made it into the top 40 on the Billboard Hot 100. Their debut album, titled No Doubt, was released 2 months later. The follow-up single, Get It Together, did even better. It peaked at the number 10 position on the Hot 100 and number 3 on the R&B hip-hop chart, helping the album claim gold status. Stilo, along with several other songs, were co-written and produced by rapper, singer, songwriter, and producer Missy Misdemeanor Elliott. 702 would get a chance to return the favor by appearing on her debut album, Super Duper Fly, on the track Beat Me 911. Their second album, titled 702, would bring even more success. The first single off the album, called Where My Girl's At, another penned and produced Missy effort, would end up being the group's signature song and their biggest hit. Two other singles were also released, but failed to measure up to the success of the first. In June 1999, Lamisha gave birth to her son and temporarily left the group. Viewers of the music video for Where My Girl's At got a glimpse of her very pregnant belly. Sister Orish took her place during her brief absence. After the release of the album, the group decided to take a bit of a hiatus. It turned out to be a much-needed one, since there were a lot of behind-the-scenes issues happening between the trio. As a result, Camila left the group to go solo. Later, she would talk about the tension and animosity targeted towards her by the sisters out of her being the lead singer. Things became so tumultuous that she felt she had no other choice but to leave. Her solo career, however, never came to fruition, although she did do some songwriting and backup singing work with Missy Elliott, as well as R&B singer Faith Evans. She was ultimately replaced by Irish's friend Cree Lamore. The new lineup released a single called Pootie Tangin' for the soundtrack of the 2001 comedy film Pootie Tang. Shortly after this, Camila returned to the group after being asked to come back numerous times. Cree was then shown the door. Camila would later admit that the main reason she came back was because of money. The trio's third album, with the original lineup once again, titled Star, was released in 2003. It's mostly remembered for the single I Still Love You. Motown dropped the ball and didn't promote the album, resulting in it barely getting any attention. The group officially disbanded in 2006 so that they could all focus on other aspects of their lives and solo careers. The same year, Lamisha got a 9-to-5 gig, becoming a wedding chapel manager at Treasure Island Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. It appears that Irish also took a step back from the music world to focus mainly on raising her son. The group would then suffer a major tragedy. Original member Orish, twin sister of Irish, died from kidney failure on April 20th, 2008. She was 27 years old. Camila confirmed via Twitter in 2010 that she was working on her solo album. As of the making of this video, the album has not been released. She sat down for an interview with YouKnowIGotSoul.com in May 2020 and talked about why things have taken so long. It's never been my super hard focal point. When I became a mother, that kind of took over everything. Having a special needs kid, that shifted my trajectory and slowed me down a bit. So, it's not my number one hustle anymore. Camila shares one child, a son, with neo-soul artist Musiq Soulchild. In 2014, she tried her hand at reality TV and appeared on the third season of R&B Divas Atlanta. 702 officially reunited in 2017 and made an appearance at the Soul Train Music Awards. After that, they went on tour. The reunion was facilitated by Camila, since she hadn't seen the sisters since their last album in 2003 and only spoke briefly in 2009 after she had her son. She flew out to Vegas the previous year just to meet with them. They had a great time and picked up right where they left off. It was also around this time that Camila really started on her solo album. The project was put on hold again to focus on 702's tour. If fans were wondering if the tour was going to lay the foundation for new 702 music, they would be wrong. According to Camila, the tour was just a way to give fans a good dose of nostalgia and keep it moving. She did mention in the same interview that she was actually done recording her album, but because of the pandemic, the mixing and mastering process was taking longer than usual. She describes the album as a conceptual theme album. That theme being love and heartbreak. The emotional tracks express all the anger and hurt she experienced in her relationship with Musiq Soulchild. Acting is another art form Camila's gotten into. She can be seen playing a backup singer in Season 3 of the National Geographic television series Genius. The season began March 21st, 2021, and chronicles the life of Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin. After living a seemingly low-key and drama-free life for many years, a shocking turn of events happened in Lamisha's life. In May 2020, in a since-deleted Instagram post, she shared that she was now homeless. She tagged both her husband and son's Instagram accounts, saying that the two kicked her out of the home, apparently owned by her mother-in-law. She later added additional details for the people who questioned what all of this meant and how they might be able to help her during this time of need, including listing her Cash App. Another post that she deleted was one from January, in which she celebrated her 20th anniversary with her husband. Then, several days later, interestingly enough, on Mother's Day, she made a post praising her two children and admitting that she isn't the perfect mother. On June 9th, 2021, the series BET Presents The Encore premiered on the network. The show brings together 9 of the most memorable R&B songstresses from the 90s and 2000s to form the ultimate R&B supergroup. The ensemble consists of twin sisters, Fallon and Felicia from Cherish, Shamari from Black, Pam from Total, Keely from 3LW and the Cheetah Girls, Aubrey from Danity Kane, solo artists Nivea, and 2 702 members, sisters Lamisha and Irish. The challenge, should they choose to accept it, is that they have 30 days to complete an album, learn choreography, practice vocals, and put on a live performance, all while living under the same roof. To add even more amazing nostalgia, viewers also get to enjoy reconnecting with host Sita from BET's music video show, Sita's World. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and comment. Also, don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notifications so you won't miss any future videos. See you next time!